Adako. Oh, yeah, MP.
Okay.
Ayawaso.
Yeah.
Oh, can I see when they can't 7 cents, I say, 7 in the war. Also, what they said the whole plane. So, in the parliament, and they the whole plane. What you say?
Anyway,
I said, no, I need the whole.
Okay.
And when he forces, Sasa, my candy. Say, in fact, a cofanano, Yemfan share, Dr. BAWUMIA, and 7 on far, and Cocono, my own near Nimu, say, was I in fire and co a corner. Can you, I was say, you can't want some crime, a year. When he forces, Kawedi. Ka yentwagina ene ebua what you say because say na maka susudua party nankasa susudua so he should be a person in good standing, he should be a person of good character. Back national constitution so niema wo say wo ye titru ni say betu machinchim economy no amana ye
yeah na mafo nya so mfaso and it's how they create equal opportunities. They why the experience, the vision, the competence, the track record. Now, who from man the personal integrity, the deep thinking, not being more door. Minia, if I want them to they must say delegates. They say, okay.
Be how could to be our own. I was a abe menko try ben hwe be was always the too sure they were
yeah
Israel say ne nim no but the first the nim no wi ano yen so kan ya nhwe ni manajo papa we MVP for mama yen lusu no na ekire bia ko kase
yanka
this is the best president that we never had what you say
yeah
yen so mo yin na baba yen fa ne kokon no na me senya me we ebe yi
okay
e dia akoma pani adwempa edi akire ye de tekrema panso di akire bɔ ne ho da bu yia obedi nkunim nim sɛ nyame ayɛ awie
alright
na de mani abra ye ni abre ni nyina no yɛ sɛ kunimdie no ebeba no ne bia the margin of victory no be ko bia be 70% 75-80% yes ebema enkabomu no enye den ma yen
okay
de mesra busuafo
alright
sɛ ono an wo kana sembi o se obi o ha na bebe ko no bebre zanete was an bilen ka me be we de me ni asem ne we na odi ni campaign anim no nti na me se na me na me fi na chi BAWUMIA wo kana sem bi o se mi nua so no obi wa asem ma
me de se me ni
asem nti emfa aba no afaso de bodi bako emfa be bomme em se ma brabo se bu chef se ye ni ne krema no ye na nso no mu ni mpia no nko wa kuma pam ni odomu
sure
me say nyamne enam no so ebe sakra o meyi o kwan so nko so de tumi ni ma no e nyina be hu do betimi aya magana ama MPP no kra no yo beye no ebe ma MPP amembo na be so nko se afei MPP no be ya kono se the MPP thereafter will become the party of choice
okay
ama afei bi aka say say hunu ni ntemu anka ye de ba ya ka omano ayi ya
Meda say for many of them for say chairman Sabonsu and Ebon is the national campaign coordinator for His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Muhammad BAWUMIA. The program about Western region it's now the baby in Ebon Komona Western regional coordinator Ura George Mikudu Kaswa Chiapa is a Fusini almost a monjo motion pa now idea wakasa kama pa Yaminsun show never be on your fine Ibu once made as a passer or the former minister Eddie Abefi. I want to tell you that you on where had drip papa group, you had drip papa. You know, as that you don't must say, don't much. Okay, Omo Munsi, my Bimpino, and before Munsi, my Bimpino, a threat near the Mama, sending the Mama. Send ye mark of 4 to Subu. Yama, Dr. BAWUMIA, Yama, Kufu to Subu. Yama, Dr. Even within NDC, we Yama Mills, and we Yama, John Mahama, Omo Bima, Yenny Bima. Dr. BAWUMIA because ya nyina sane kapa ni pa fro ba ade ne di pa kono ko yimu shoka ya tumu se enko yi na ya ko yimu ya twa no so a ebeboa na ebeboa ndi tumi na bre nyame hira obia
yes abusianfo me church ya munyina ema munyina akwa abasonko de mba ras media gh so and a special Sunday and it is only and exclusively on Ras Media GH. And I know bedin komo pa ya toto adwene kakra ni abon komo na wa kire wadwen na me so ma kire madwen ai na ye koya nim said ye nyina nim no sa bre we dia ye kasa die ovura MPP ko no ma ba bia aye there especially ya no ma Dr. BAWUMIA na ye support the there eye same kwa na ye bo ye boss adentia said the name kon bibia che say doctor will be the absolute winner of this prime minister ye ba be koi etino amaye na ye Dr. BAWUMIA ne camp there yenim se bibia ekoye na camp ba kono ai camp ba kono na asem na e wo ho no dwene ho a wonte ase me sound no ye kama there camp ba kono ayo mo fa so mo yo mo campaign I am saying am say Kennedy campaign has finished me chacha do fo nyina me fanchia ema Tilimba Bia Abdul Fattah Nana Kwame Asante Sel Governor Asim Session and Hamidu Kabori. Chacha Munyina, wa YouTube nso na obomoden na wa subscribe na wa share video no se de be ya adofo nso omo nso no mbenya bi ayeden ahwe na onko amanche hwe ai onko amfa hwe share na amanfo so mra meka ho bi ye wo Ras Media on Facebook and Ras Media GH on YouTube. Sa na ye be kono this time ye ba na de call Ras Media na de ba konso aba Ras Media GH on YouTube enti obetina ahwe me wo Facebook nso as Ras Media na why den wakoso support to me e wo ho nso me ya be ma dear na see Kennedy Japan has no message anymore message na asa asem panfo omo ho yi omo kanda bi ase se wo person ntwa nkontompa e was so you're very very intelligent na apart from being intelligent no wo memory da utim e was saying bigger than 1 terabyte because se wo di ntro a enche na wo refri se wo di ntro a enche na wo refri se wo ka asema eni ho a enche na wo refri bi sa wo ho asema wo nkai po na wa yedan waka e de akire nipa abusia ene de Kennedy Japan campaign akwa esi ehia de ne ho edre be ma oye ntrotro asem because NDC for ye ntrotro afo obi nso de podi ase de bai yankore nkonkoto abama papa bi adenti a ose nafu eye frat tio na atoshi menim se mo maame we ya yesi afre na atoshi sa maame we yi ena twe ne ho ekọ Kennedy Japan camp a Kennedy Japan camp fo ebo se eto nyom eye nyamra de adenti a maame we yi such a useless commenter we wakọ mo camp ho entino Ghana for mo say adenti a na atoshi ekọ Kennedy ne camp na woni de ya maame we call camp ho no wenye nyansa campaign bi anko camp fan kire kemfo no so ombenya ahode no ombenya college no mo adi papa na chi wenye nyansa sem bi anka nkire obi bia e wo Kennedy Japan camp ho na mom asem a maame no hu se hu hia ai na manu sunti e wo se ye nhwe nkonkoto aba ne se obi anafu eye flat any de anafu eye big hey ene se ne be kono dia ye wonsem bone bopa ye wonsem bone po ene de the UP tradition ene de political party ese ye animdefo ne di animu no ene de yankasa ye party a ye gitum se ubeye kandifo party ma e wo se unye nimdifo na unye nimdie ne nyansa na wonsanso enye humble to say the gentle giant of Kufo. Now one nimdie of how we manage people no it has tend to be vote for Kennedy Agyapong because he has a flat stomach. Ebi ona no se meboa. Video no netie.
Because you already get party no be. Na on perceive. Abra na party ba. Ah, e me wo ni na ko ti ha. E me wa na de mo bra party na ba. Ye musa. We can divide na any day. Central region, want to abandon to you, once I listen. Because if you get that kind of life, many people start fighting fun. And the man can only get it. Now, what? Only man can have a man, now what? If you are not, if you are one of them, and I won't pay. As a candidate, I hope them, tall, nice man, they put flat on one level for American Indians, and I test my back. Now we start to do the Italian and what is all that part. We are calling a papa. One shot, the fingers, target some power.
But I want to video in your part. I don't know if you heard the video very well. I said, young Koto Abam Farmer Kennedy Agyapong because you know how you pay man and who are fair. Then my Mr. Kibari, Baba, I'm a chair year pa. Mamma, and your camp on your more canon. No. Yes, sick in Agyapong, you pay man and who are fair, Jinaha, what you say, Bayman ye. No, said dear, Ekum no cra, and it's a Kennedy Agyapong or near fruit, no food, a frat, and TM fire no so. Na yanko to aba emfama Kennedy Agyapong. Na hey, wahu. Eduba bia metaka say I'm happy the MPP lost the election 2024. Because amami we ojina ha o kasai kai hu say when we were in the run up for the 2024 elections, mami we know Dr. BAWUMIA ne camp. No Dr. BAWUMIA ne camp. To the point to say Mami wait to me go yard closer to become even the possible running mate. Running mate na young farmer no. Eno enam so see ne. Wa free yewura Dr. BAWUMIA ne camp. Eko Kennedy Agyapong ne camp. Na da bia me kan asem bia. People think say I'm saying those things just because me Dr. BAWUMIA ne supporter. Da bi. Asema da bia me kan say Enkrofo na omudi Kennedy Agyapong wachi omo politics no omo aye politics ache no a omo se omo de Kennedy no mbedi na chi no omo ye enkrofo bi a omo ho se nya omo na omo di animu a ene ensei tiemi ye pa sa enkrofo we no omo dwene se nya omo na omo di animu a yensei party no enti enkrofo bi no mo ho omo dwene se omo adwiri mu no e wo se nka ye ma omo gina bri titiro bi o party no omo nsa akanti no sa na tie dia ene omo efri ye wura Dr. BAWUMIA na camp akọ camp fufuro ye ma omo ye sekora na yesika no ye ma omo nkọ ya omo beto ye because enipa bi no omo keka nsem bi no ma eti say no we don't need them in our side because the side of Dr. BAWUMIA no the side of people with integrity nyansa enenim there because any power could not campaign platforms no can't say yen koto abama Kennedy Agyapong adentia oye barima ne ho efe oti America brofo na fusu ye frat mame se wo probi mana bowuyi a Everybody are going. I can't sell more platform with you. Na Toshi. Se obi bibia kaba bi upo bi mana bowuyi e bia menimu kunu na fuso na ontimi mo yi a mame MPP for enye obi a na fuso a na ye hwehwe no MPP for man ne MPP for mema omo nte se wo omo nhia obi a na fuso a because why do you say the na fuso na betimi abowuyi and to win directly you are just you can say sedure, you can Italy for sedure. You are just make I say ultra application of McKinney Japan so more amount. I was able to tell you, my many indirectly, or bar application second Japan, yen and what you man, because I saw a big man and what fair. Original one and home fair. Now, Fusu sign your frats. Now, I thought she he'll be a bony bird be a man, because I'm saying I'm a baby or an etiano. On to me near to money ye. I believe strongly, say, Sama Amena, or so vice president, a DA. Ewo Dr. BAWUMIA na Kampwa. Dr. BAWUMIA Kampo nim defo ni yansafo ewo ho na ono no onuru that level a ye pam no mane call ye no. Menim said de all hwehwe ene say obi ebeye ho adwuma ma no because kwanya ofa so ka Kennedy Japan na asem editor delegates no. Enye sa kwan na efa so de ton candidate edema delegates. Kwanya ofa so ka Kennedy Japan ho asem no. Eye kwanya ema omo pe mema binom eka mema no ho asem de kire omo said the beya mema no so omo check won. But where we are today no we are not checking Kennedy Japan say bia in a ho ye feel ye probi adwene eda ne team nyansa esom no de okasa otimi se nipa wo ye okasa wa adwene akwa akira ansa na okasa enye tobe enye ntiatiamu enye nimguase enye atemudie enye mefa ya wasem. Now hey, you know these guys, they are disgracing themselves to the point to say na me no kasei. Oh Kennedy Japan Crofossi school kura hu here now there yeba we are going to talk about a lot of things me even san kama no akwa ba fa yeba na atoshi Mami boy of constituency or seven pharmacy we mount. Now the Yamoba be out there, pa etie.
To Osai constituency secretary in the utility. Madam Natoshi, wherever you are this morning, Mechiao. It's so interesting to hear say all you are saying, all your campaign message is that we should vote for somebody with a flat tummy. Let me tell you this. You rule your mind with flat tummy. You rule your mind with nimdie, nyansa, ahumrasie, ahufama, and you do rule mind. One not touching canano yell. Now common fund. Why you we no, and then they all say, who feel no more, Akobe, you be all flat on me. Yadana say, Yedi him say nyansa yedi bumai. Yinim say nimdie yedi bumai. Yinim say ahufama yedi bumai. Enti yin na say Dr. Alhaji Mamudu BAWUMIA order number 3. So what pot value, so what flat on you, yinim say na adwumodo na ye de neba obeboa oman with his innovative ideas. So let's vote number 3 come no January 31st for Dr. Alhaji Mamudu BAWUMIA.
Piao Natoshi Well say uyemuba echre unyansa Gawo yo kasei or you're very younger than you. But Ujimini sikadie ni krono ne pesemi nkuminyane nkurase sema etiti mumu binum mu a mudi Kennedy Japan wachi. Utimi gu ho anima ase to the point say wan ka say oyemu ba ebegina oka kiro say maame adan wajimi ana. Wonim say amamuo enya afu na yedi buo. Wonim say ahofe yemfa mu oman. And I would have visited Dr. BAWUMIA. I can't tell a Ghana for when I say he's rich in ideas, you know, and no naedi boo of mine. Now you know what? I somebody very funny Evans, anyone mister, and I say, and Crawford we want. Kennedy Japan said na atoshi ni pieto kakraka. Hey, Obia wane master, Kennedy Japan wane master, na atoshi wane master. Temi ye pa. Ade ba ko ye me ho a me da me dwene ho a me ntiase ene se. Omo challenge Dr. BAWUMIA se onisika. Omo challenge Dr. BAWUMIA se onye den onyam pipini. Omo challenge Dr. Bawumia sesabio enam ne so eni ntia yekọ abato yentumi anwene. Omo challenge Dr. Bawumia in every aspect of it. Omo si Dr. Bawumia enema economy no ankoyie. Omo akadom betumi aka nyina. But wuni ma ade ba ko omo ntumi challenge ye up to now. Ade ba ko omo ntumi challenge ye ne say Dr. Khan said he's rich in ideas. No? Doctor, Adiaba ko muntumi challenge say oye humble. O muntumi challenge ye. Adiaba ko muntumi challenge say doctor say owo nimdie wa adwenem a o de be solve problems no. O muntumi challenge ye. Doctor say onu feel say he wants to create an environment for every Ghanaian no. And o muntumi challenge ye. The omutumi challenge ene nkwasi akeka oba party mu da ben na oba ye uye hoho oyire omfiri Ghana hwan na odi empodie ya ma obi we the vice president ye ko enye we na finance party no nsema omuka ni nyina no one say doctor nyansa mu adwene mu asema o kanka obi a wani ate e wo say na won respond. Because Sasam na Dr. Kayan and then they indirectly responsible insult. Hey, Grofu Yario. Yeah. And Evans, Asam na Dr. Khan said he may not have money, but he is rich in ideas. I may not have the money the others has that they are throwing out, but I have rich or I have rich in ideas, you know. Says our camp no a camp be or more serious no more dwene ko akire a nka that was what they were supposed to respond, but they never respond because omo anka so omo akomam ni omo adwene omo nim say asem na papa ne ka ye no untumi nji ho akije ma ne yeye untumi nji ho akije. Enti doctor ka kire omo say mo dia mo nya mo se mo osika na me dia me wonyansa nim dia me de betikire Ghana man no na enkrofo we so say omo they have created 7,000 job na me kan da bia say when you don't think deep you believe say you are the wisest man in the world, but unknowing say you are the most stupid person in the world. Because Obi catch also he is rich in ideas, sir. It is onimunyansa chenwo. But so when Jimmy na onimunyansa, you will not understand what he means. Ideas enyansa, ideas enye Jimmy. And Obi catch also me ideas ni nim die ewo ideas echenwa. Excess indirect or catch also me madwene emu edo esno. Obanyansafu yebulibani enkana sef. I say, and again, doctor is not corrupt to inflate contract monies. I say, Yemi Ibansankama say, Yen Kama Amanfo Sonti say, challenge Edebato Abontin say, Amanfo Brimaje contract versus 60 in just 8 years. No, Omuntumi no. And they have also admitted to say, no, Krese Dr. Bawumia, Nkwaja buying contract, who money Yakesie. Emfa enyeden engu ne bottom. They cannot challenge that. They cannot challenge that because that is the reality. When we say nimdiene ni mo camp hono ntino mo akasa ma se de akodru se afro ne kese e na ye de koye oh ye kene de Japan. Why no mo akwese so mo abegu wachi. Na wo ken nti oba a wo da bi wo ka chen se ni pieto kakraka. Obi adabi uka chen se ni pieto kakraka and na wakofa so me campaign ma o abaye den na ungu ani mase me ma me bivia nkoba me makwa aba enyama na atoshi oye no odi gu ani mase o ken o se u campaign wa hyeda because what did attempt pain because I will never believe we say obi o se nko vice president edi o Ghana man ebe kwa kojina campaign platform aka Mwasem it is na atoshi Wɔn sɛ wayɛ ama wo yamu ba akyerɛ wo nyansa. Na yɛnyɛ wie yo. Sɛ deɛ Kennedy Japan ne nkurɔfoɔ sɛ CV curriculum ɛho hia. Listen to this.
Ɛfɔ sɛ ɔmo deɛ nyɛ party na ɔbɛ na ɔpɛ CV abira na party yi ba no mmɛwuo mu nyinaa abote ha mmerɛwa na adeɛ mo drama party na aba no yɛbusabusa mu CV wɔ yi na nna abiri no afei yɛsi CV wɔ yi akɔmbrɛ ko se ɔno na abiri no wɔ CV o wuli CV o wobɛnya adwuma no ayɛ.
Tie ni yie pa o. Yɛkɔ akɔbu ɔman na yɛkɔ akɔbu no yɛkɔ manage nneɛma bebree. Enti die ntie wɔ sɛ wɔntena ase ɛma a potential president nka kyerɛ sɛ ɛba ne sɛ yɛfa nipa wɔ adwuma ma o story of jobs a wayɛ experience a wayɛ nimdi a wowɔ ɛho hia ɛwɔ adwuma fam. I don't know who is advising these guys. Tieni ye pa o. Kennedy Japan campus say yen kan kyerɛ MPP for say sɛ woto abama man be yɛ flag bearer of the MPP party a ɔbɛfa wɔ adwuma ɔwin elections na ɔbɛyɛ president a ɔbɛfa wɔ adwuma but adwuma na ɔbɛfa wɔ no ɔmmisa wo CV because ɔyɛ campaign a ɔba aseɛ no ɛnyɛ CV na ɔde ba hɔ. Enti sɛ Kennedy ɔya na ɔba bɛdi president pɛ ɛwɔ Ghana Nyankopɔn pa ngu woyɛ obi a wonim pɛn mu kita na ɛde wakɔ akɔto yɛnka ne sɛ national authority fire service head boss na yɛma akɔ akɔyɔ the yɛnka ne sɛ fire service ɔmo panyini paa no unko school da unimu hwee unimu atwere unimu akenkan na yɛ pagya ɔne de ɔkɔ akɔsi fire service hɔ adenti a woyɛ party ba Minya Ivan Sankama said Ken is campaigning like typical NDC full soldiers like Mustafa Gandhi. Yes, and now so Kennedy is using the tactics of the NDC. You reckon Japan say men can chile Ghana ni na opese o man Ghana into pon na enko na nim na say. Ono so be ye president of the Republic. Unim panie wo mpo na ye do be kwa akoto hospital amo akwo panie. Se unye nursing training da unim kwa ye fa so ye wo panie. Unim kwa ye fa so a ye gi obi ayaresa. Na se wo yam pipi ni nko a na ono de obeye president a odo be ko hospital mo akwa adwuma. Tie mi biem Kennedy say men kan kire mo na mo so beto abama ne say oba ECG ho na ne contract akese no e ho na owi afiri e ho na ofa firi no se wo yema ne be ye president a unim atwere unim akenkan a odo be ye ECG boss emfa ho ene nimde e wo tim emfa ho ene wo experience e wanya wo adwuma mu no ane so yam pipi ni because ye campaigner enye CV na de campaign enti Kennedy Japan say mo amudo koko no ye de mo be ko mo akwa ye Ghana water management mo na ye de mo be ko mo akwa ye Ghana water management adenti amo yam pipi for cocoa board Bognazes ene ye de mo be ko o mo akwa cocoa board adwuma Minister of Finance obi a wo cold store and I didn't be come na Minister of Finance because CV ho here na wahu won send this abanya ferry on send this abanya in 9 months bibia chese omo ferry unim de ntia because the NDC is not working to make Ghana develop. NDC is in government just for themselves. Enti incompetent people. Omo de akromfo na ya pack omo various ministerial positions. And to say you be a Ghana manya. Sa asem na Kennedy Agyapong campaign wine na atoship. Maame na ne pieto kakraka no. Maame na ne pieto kakraka na ka no. So you be odo Ghana manya. Ubehu say sa asem we omo ka no e rubbish from the first before even they speak. Because won't me mfa Ghana manya no nkwahihye nipa binom nsam a nipa bi omo ni competence. Omo ni nimdeɛ omo ni idea na nipa na odi omo anim no ɔse economics be na wakosi asimfosu economics lele tense. Gold for oil is waste. Just find a middleman and let him go and sell the gold and bring your money. Sa economist way asimfosu economy way and you come manage the economy of the whole country a nipa 35 million it depending on it. It's no wonder. So Ghana for any man people for money catch them say don't worry. Unim si ya do be kwa akoto Gempa beko ko manage Gempa University Gempa ai Gapoa say friend senso Ghana shape an authority ho ya do be kwa akoto ho because uye MPP ni et said you said even see kan okuja tabra kwa ni Sam George ne kwabra mentan kanonom wo de omo ye no omo ministry ho omo nimu de sa na Kennedy Agyapong se obeya mamo enti o dwene ho man ho se be develop ana se o dwene se nipa bi beba na obesey o man no e ma me dan apia mo akwa abapa o se good evening beautiful family. Yemi Apanyin Samuel Okuno so say good evening brother and all those on Ras Media. BAWUMIA is the light of Ghana. The whole program of Kennedy Agyapong is about Dr. BAWUMIA and nothing else. You know, Grace don't come to Chiapa Moakwaba Yepa. Apia Francis also met Chamo Akwaba. Yana for MPP for you are somebody for. Say, Nadia Kennedy Agyapong and Crawford say, see if you cry whom here. And whom here say, oh, per Juma Ghana, my more, I will see Miss Out CV. Because ye be South CV, let's say, you know when in the year, I didn't tell because Brian Baby NDC, ya fro edo ba ye no ya misa wo CV nti ade nti ene okopa adwuma ya ye bisa wo CV presidency ye gunumu ye ho anse ya ba bedi o oman animu oman kandie nka so wo kodi oman animu ye nsore da kro prekopa moyeti se ye kodi president o ye gunumu ye ho ye sua ho atoto ye yesua ho nyansa ye ben panfo sua nyansa free panfo ho ye dia koye sa adwuma no because ye adwuma bi a eye very 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 dedicated enti Kennedy na so wa ye beta one ne nkrofo hopes na doye no ai na atashi no kwan biem sticker de odi Kennedy Agyapong ka enti odi na chi one de odi Kennedy Agyapong ka enti odi na chi eni mpa so odi na kakese pa ontimi ntwa ena ken so amobi obetene to sticker no ene some refresh bi omo party no owusu be mpa no ma Kennedy na de omo call Ghana gas ya they must to pay Kennedy in one manner no eno na chere say these guys that are following Kennedy Agyapong are the last level of MPP. How can you tell me say Nadia MPP na ye de mra ne nimde ne nyansa na ye adwuma no ade bi ye nimde na ye mra na ye ntoto ye papa bia na ye bebo ato agu ne ye de kitikiti ababa ye adwuma. Now listen to the new campaign message from the Kennedy Agyapong's platforms.
NDC, they took power from us with Takasi. They want power on lies and propaganda. Now we need somebody who is so radical, somebody who is courageous, somebody who is fearless to take power for MPP. That is the man sitting before you. That is the gentleman sitting before you. Look, among the 5 aspirants, NDC, they are afraid of this man. So they are doing everything possible not to win. But inshallah, I can assure you, 31st January 2026, 2026, 2026, 2026, 2026, the flag of MPP will be carried high by Kennedy Agyapong. Whether you like it or not, whether you support it or not, whether you come on board or not, whether you sit aloof or not, Kennedy Agyapong is going to win. No two ways about it. Heaven endorse it. Heaven endorse it. So it's up to you to endorse it. Look, we need your support. We need your support. We need your support. Go there 31st December, January 2026. If you want power, if you want MPP to take power within the shortest possible time, this is the man. Look, my brother, MC, we did this man. If you meet this man, you meet this man, you will be in opposition for 32 years. No opposition. Look, a lot of people are saying that if you go the first time, you need to be given the second time. Then what about Professor Dubohini? What about Professor Dubohini? If you go the first time, you need to give the second time. Look, let me tell you today, Ghanaians are not ready coming back from north and go back to north. No! Ghanaians are more north struggle, north president, Mahama from north. For next time, never. Ghanaians will not do that. Ghanaians will not do that. Read the situation well. People will come here, they will speak big English. All the government, they cannot do anything. All the government, look our government. Look our government. All the government, man. This man, Mako Minister Anko, after a deputy minister, he's just an ordinary MP. Ordinary MP. Kakafat Yoleshi. Akpara Momuza. Amo coming forward. But without this man, they cannot leave. Then what is wrong now? Look, some of us, you want to trust gas like that. Never will trust it. The non more program me after our choice. Amen. Baba, amen. Look, after party and I got church it. MPP party and I got church it. We need a courageous presidential candidate. We need a fearless presidential candidate. We need a candidate that can bulldoze his way to grab power for us. This is Kennedy Agyapong.
My question is very simple. Sa papa wey sika se na ede ma na okojira nipa ni ma okekan semo ye okekan. First of all, oran kasa ne nsem okan ye host wo bebre. Osi MDC for the intronic takashe energy to me free MPP in 2026. But nipa no odi na chi no so kire say MPP for enam Dr. BAWUMIA nti ayelu su ye because Dr. BAWUMIA ye kraboni. Say nipa kro na say Dr. BAWUMIA nya na djuma yie eni nti ayelu su elections. But ono nso a oso di nipa na chi nso abegino e ka kire Ghana for say NDC for the kakashe any pitipiti ne ntro ena eji to me free MPP for nsam. Abusia me bisa which is which papa we and saben and na wanom na wabro na yento aso ne enko yanim mimi asapon kofi me chia oye pa Cote d'Ivoire te sen and a coffee boaten won so me chia opa me chia oye pa mo akwa ba yento aso ne ensa enko yanim biem papa we say de yaban na all ye nenne no Joma ha me ye nenne no Obia nka ho asem yehia obia na sticken me che oye pa yehia obia obetumi atakre Kennedy Japan abusua minya bema asem be na Kennedy Japan kan na ano se ono onka mahama asem 80 second sa akwa na ogina ho kasa no ne ti ha no wanom nsa ana ya mani sika bi ono kura no ogina ho ne ho hyehye no na rebema o ka politics na group abidi o say amen wabodam dambo na ato obi a wo ka Kennedy patapani yemfa patapa na enkoji tumi yesi ye patapa pieto ye de mra e na ye den euro minya bema ye ka nipa ne kuku eduru enipa na adwene mu do enipa oye courageous a enye obi oye ne ho ye samasa ni o dabi eye nipa anadwene da ne tim emu eduru na answer na obeba abonte aba be ka asem no na waye ono ankasa ne interactive research na wahu de ekọ answer obebie na no aka asem a waka be ma anadwene mu do na onye naive Bema onye easy to deceive. Bema oye ne ho panyi tie mante ono na yefe ni bema ne kuku eduru. Enti da obebe na no aka asem bia no eye final word. Enti se wudi Mr. Loose Talker bi na chi. Se sa Loose Talker no ni Loose Talker na oye na kire se oye nipa na oye courageous a now it tell me say you are completely out of the scene. Minya bema. Papa ijira ho okasa ye. O say yes say wo first sir e wo say yensa mfa nko second. Na adubu ahe oko first no ya mana nko second. Call that stupid man from wherever he come from and tell him say onim even the history of the party odi achire. The MPP party onim your history or your lost soul in the party. Ye can say yem fa yewura. Adubu ahenko bi ma ye ko fa je ko fo ba ye. Je ko fo ko ye o wene ye first of all. Otimi wene ye. Otimi wene ma ne ye. Otimi wene e ma ne ye. Da bi wantimi anwene oko 2 times. En otimi wene ye. Sansam na nkwasiafo we binu mo ka no. Mo mfa nche me. A happen pain a 1PP party mo. A happen pain a 1PP party. That is the history that an idiot man was talking about. What is the name? Momoni Denamame. The first candidate, MPP first presidential candidate. Yewura Dubois. Nane home fano. Yewura Dubois hebreso. Oko first round. Nane home fano. Entije kufo kan se. Onumom no ne ho edre. Enti yamane mra na so ba. Obenwe ne tumi ne de amaye. Yamaje kufo kwa oba ne wantumi anwe ne mana ye. Asem we yaka na mesan so asisu biem Sabre Wemu, in the Fourth Republic, there is no candidate wako first time a one win elections e Ghana that a been see that. John Mahama is the luckiest man on the planet, and he's the luckiest man on the land of Ghana. Ono na ye the only person enam obi ewu nti Europe Evans Fifi Atamels Yakopon fa okransie. Odinya sympathy vote to be president for first 6 months and then consequently another 4 years. Apart from Orono, all the other Nkrofo mo di Ghana man so Yewra J Kufuor, even Evans Fifi Atamels, Yewra Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo, any Mahama BM no, they have never had it one time. Enti dia papa na eka no enye nokre enti sa adubu ahe na oyare ena ye twen ni si nchen na mpo no Kufuor beji adubu ahe ade no one time no when tumi anwe ne man anye yie enti there is nowhere Kennedy Agyapong can become a flag bearer and win elections ni aba adwo asewa me mo akwa. Mame ka semba Papa Isansi na no eka se NDC for ye de ombetumi aye bia se de be ya Kennedy ye candidate enye sa omonim se MPP be wene. Hey my man, said the Miriam even say kan. I say with this guy's dressing, I bet you Kennedy will not give him job because his dressing looks like I swear to God, according to Kennedy Agyapong. Aye. Ntade na esha akwa we na ono da achi be Kennedy nya position on man adwuma because of the way our dress no. One man can dress our guy we say. One man can dress our guy we say. It is not possible said you no can. Enye no kure say NDC 4%. Dr. BAWUMIA Nembra. In fact, the NDC platforms are they are all campaigning for Kennedy Agyapong because ono Kennedy Agyapong and the kanka say come Mahama ho asem, he will not campaign against John Mahama. And he one second omo ye campaign man go no so ono be cheap meat na ho nsem egu na obi ono anka say na numa asem yetimi de po e de kire Ghana for omo MPP from MPM Konkoto aba no be ba be delegate oba be presidential candidate abusia ye de adwene e na edi nkomo no enti meso say like video na share mama on subscribe so no wa subscribe mama likes no nkoso mesre mo a obi a sabi ono ankasa yetumi di na numu nsam ye campaign di tia ni party. Sani pano be frag bella. It said the ode pano abotin the rough. Very sweet. And yet no crow baby as MP NDC form person can beba NDC form payo more and second the Japan beba. Because of one case of money say a new man in near my Dr. BAWUMIA yen Ghana my mono and the doctor no oh town now. Ghanaians will start calling him the digital man. The medical drone delivery system, the digital addressing system, the Ghana card man, ghost name fighter. Ever born in Samrane, Ghana gold reserve, gold for oil policy. A dinner I never go papano. A more true and this candidate to be an over to a face papano. It is asem na akwane kan obwa. In fact, Kevin Taylor, what just seen a boso no, the upper Sonia say he wants to collapse the MPP. What come in Ayate? Say MPP should not come in power for another 32 years. Or an account, and yet possible, and you'll be on to me who MPP money a year. But on a bin and one cast asem no, but non you soon a platform no the campaign the Kennedy Agyapong as it's saying that is the man that the NDC need. It is asem na papa na wa dress it said there. I swear to my God, all kind of I entron kontompo any boss lemoka. Now omo esre. You know why? They have tried all the angles. Me mama ya from pomalo mo kwa papa. Omo I try from all the angles. Yes, I say oye Muslim aton suom anyeye. Yes, I say oye notna zogo fo anto aba aton suom anyeye. Yes, I say na anu ye de aba BAWUMIA ne yere onye Ghana ni aton suom enye adwuma. Message na ekito omo no sesei asa sesei aka kwase akeka. We yam pipini. Na wo se campaign wo be di akire betie nsem a. Let me assure you, sir, from now, encoping 31st January 2026, the Kennedy Japan platforms will tend to be Nkwasiakeka platforms. Because the message is gone. Because BAWUMIA has rich ideas, and yes, you can all come wasem. And then the ideas now cannot a blueprint here, ekitano one demo watch a program how he's going to implement them on the field. And every day, Pia, Oyiba Kotohwa, the Kennedy Japan campaign platform no need 2 weeks to understand it before they can even talk about it. And it's all young people in our now why you say you're going to listen to the campaign from the different angles. Me say from now, aka exactly 2.5 months, no. And kwasi asemo nko a na Kennedy Japan camp ombeka. Enti ene ukasama Dr. BAWUMIA na ya shase na ye fabricate cook stories. Me ameto ye se me ye froster. Ye scammer. Mitimi ji amanfo sika se no de omo babro chire me nye connection ma obi da ehun hiame ye madwuma ji makatua da me pe na me ko adwuma mu asem na esiro ai me ye madwuma ji makatua da me pe na me ko adwuma mu me nya daje a me kosmo gra amanfo de omo babro chire enso enkrofo ni asem kafa me hunti no. That is what they are talking about and then Nancy B Amefi former MP Edi nkoma moved on editor MPP delegates ade chin ye say yaoba I'm Kennedy Japan crop for say guy no owia computer tom they say omo yare na ye bane be catch them say mo nipa no wa contract almost 1.2 billion US dollars. You can't say my yanka, but mo dear, mo wa kuku duro, somebody mode chrono ever to a man for muscle. And I'm saying money message because as we are talking today, Dr. BAWUMIA is still preaching messages, ideas, initiatives, plans, and all to gum. But fear back on there. Akoye nkwasi akeka obi na fuso obi na fuswa obi onye Ghana ni obi onye MPP ni hwan da be na oba ye na ye finance ye na ye wo ubeko na ankure hu na ye dede na no me ne yewura Henry Mate Ekasano Alexander Mate Ekasano o say before we went to Takoradi or Accra for the national conference, now Dr. BAWUMIA spent about 7 million Ghana cedis. What a wasem, be at a wasem. But sir, Papa Sikani, Koko Funurano, Kobe Nemo Bonurano, or spend 1 million. This at Jazira and Obamana Kuchaba Bachelor. I'm Kurehunu Yedede. Omoye Yanko. Antimian pushy so mo finance party no dede ne nkwasi akeka enti ene Samira oye fulani ni Dr. BAWUMIA ba party no enchere Can Japan and the founding fathers of the party, Omoboa and Tro, remember what the list of the founding members of the MPP party, can Japan din any babia, Monsini who? The din any babia. Later, me the Safa and Baba Toso. Now, the baby or Tibia kind of smoking in Japan, the din of moi. Just as baby, a yadru dear. Say, what's a whoopee in Sempatia? Said the Baya Wakuma into no Abamungu Emma MPP party. And Conco taken a Japan camp for Nansabo Moka. Because a yentroni na Dani Bosimuka and a sister of Mubabe Twagum. Now, dear Dennis said, Yewra BAWUMIA or ye name the fool in Yansafo. And I know no question ye name the fool I want a camp or campono a ben phone in Yansafo titru for the go into be a bien anoa. Now, ma media num ayeshe. Me a make say me channel way obi eye djuma boni di tiano because fire na ye to no aya na mu edene aya na mu ede me to me nika na Japan atamoda but in profo no omudi na kire omo cancer fo de kire BAWUMIA no we will expose them yes ye kofo omo maame na omo papa no omo abrabo mu nsem de aba expose mu ye be expose the kind of myopic thinking I don't team. And many other jam may gossip. Tell me ye pa. Many other jam may gossip. Semi coffee be say, Sabio, phobia member to America, a mother door say no, a barney say no quo, a mine away. There be many other jacora, and no woman here, and no a gossip. But one some now cannot, Mepe Janama Bobun to Chroma, who say, why drink it the tino. Just surface. It is say asawa nyansa nim. Nyansa ebi nim. Jimmy na adokoro wo. Enintia sabio papa ono na anu ada. All country say Dr. BAWUMIA has proved to be a decent and a meritocratic person to lead the party. No, what Dana say he wants to lead. Now so dina chiti so trying. That was telling me, say, you lack some central boat to be able to train on a suit. So, and brothers and sisters, yeah, dear, when the munya or more campaign messaging getting out of mon send them raye, Nayamu Bobun Tokurum Farmer Wall. So that we show them, say, knowledge is power. Courageous person, and you'll be a tentia muye de day, but you'll be a casa or dear dream one more through and a casa. That is what the courage is. Now, I know about and even the military, the commanders in the military. Uhuamwa, Obeso, or Moye, microphone of Busian dear to do school, Minya Evans, Omo Mukosko, Musian dear Pana, I saw more dear Jabba Papa or Musian dear to the from saying, Italy would be at the from. Italy see from Sekioni, or more Musian woman. Just a moment dear. The teacher, the Bombesian from left to from top to down, the from Sekioni, oh, Italy memoir. Me would have free and yap Chibabo, or more Musian woman. Omusuan bibia uhu na ma say said omunye nipa and the military bases no okofa commanders no omo ho no uhu omo na mo say omo de adwene emu edo and they even a commanded men na omo ye armed with guns and ammunitions na enye leadership of a country na uhi obi obeye and na wo dey hey when nim tuntum wa that's how we do that. Leadership, you need to have the leadership character. And yes, yes, Mr. Malfo, I can't say what I can do Japan. Mon question number, rolling so by an ecosin the same. You didn't get a boom mine. You would about me or ye Obia, who finance minister, you cannot come and deceive him. Neither the environment minister and even neither the sanitary, Minister of Sanitary. Ukra team deceive no. I see book one. I book one. I yes, I would have could have laughed. Muntia me yepa. Me yes, I want to come actually the power say. What about the wife of Kwame Nkrumah? And the Ghana for papa ya woka say you want to be like Kwame Nkrumah. A bogus expression from you. But also to make us say, obi yiri nye Ghana ni. Until he has obey government, obey leader. But you admire a leader na ne yiri efiri baby fufuro kurampo. One try Ghana da ye koware na de mbae. Aja Kwame Nkrumah so pe buroni na nada. Eno kura mote ase oda so bo na baso. Na obi ane maame ne papa try Ghana maemu awo no. Mana nyiri atete no okasa wa bebuom kasa ko deep as a typical Ghanaian. Now about the country and so on same fata. Adentia wono yese wo ye tikikashi. Enti wona wani so ahye. Wona otumi didi amanfo atem. Wona fire amanfo. Wona wabon enti so obedi president ya. Still canon our more bonbon on bet to be Minister of Finance, Amana ye. Omoba no be din troche wa to me can between the lies to understand. And into your mom media could there be the baby ye. The BAWUMIA beba. Well, these guys, Sakwana no Casano can send me a friend Makai or say, Opa, don't join. Canada Japan will win. 2 minutes later, I see here Momoa, 31st January, Monko to a buy for my. Hey, Crofo way, Alepa. Yadiana no it. Yadiana no it. Obi, I will see your pie enjoying your Pamaya enjoying it. Kennedy Berry, no. At the same time, you are demanding for their vote. Silly man. What are they say? You are so gross. So gross. What are they say? See, look at the Ashe coat. Evans, where the Mr. Fatcher, I'm sure be more of our Mr. What are they say? I see them get here. Evans and the offer, wash a coat or the nap. Now I jump about to make us a go among for any master saying, Chow. You don't value people, arrogancy. Think Crofon and catch on say, and Fahon, some of the Tuama, Kennedy Japan as a month to man or beba. Now I send down when I can't say, here, move vote. You disrespect me, and later you come to beg for my vote. What a shaggy. And you want to campaign the message in our scientific was the but meanwhile, reaching ideas or share campaign as say, and so still every day in out. Papa, our message from at the Magana for. Listen to this message and tell me what are the difference between this and that
to him.
Talk of welfare. You've made a very important proposal to our delegates or polling station executives. You are proposing the establishment of a welfare database system to help with the welfare of these polling station executives who've served our party and our tradition for quite so long. What do you want to achieve with that particular kind of policy?
Well, I think the purpose of the welfare database system is to provide data, on the basis of which you can help the grassroots of the party. If you don't have data on the welfare issues facing various delegates, then how do you help them? Without data, you are flying in the dark. And this is something that the party has not had. We've not had a database which tracks the welfare of our grassroots. And this is what I want to institute for the first time in our history.
For the party, often without structured welfare support. Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA's plan changes that.
If you are there with people and you know their needs, I think you can be able to address their issues. So with the welfare policy, I think every individual, every polling station executive will benefit from it.
Doctor, they introduce you such a policy. If you say so far the best.
The proposed establishment of the welfare database system has reached here, the NPP constituency office in Kwasi in the Winchi constituency.
We a NPP stronghold papa yet to aba na party e we ne kese a e we kure ha Winchi ya we ne MP e ti kure yesi e ya inti enhwe se no ma wode ba bia di beba ye office ha
ye nyina yete dan ha yi obia na asem hia ye different obi wo ha asema ehia no no eye opese onya ejuma amanuba obi epe loan ediaye business obi wo ho ope promotion na ejuma mu okuafo bi wo ho omo pe tractors ana fertilizer ediaye omojuma ni be hihye ade a ye frɛ no welfare database system.
I have been a police station executive member for the past 16 years. I have never heard of this nice policy that a presidential candidate would think of police station executive. It has never happened before. We are the most vulnerable ones when it comes to the party. So we thank Dr. BAWUMIA for bringing such a wonderful policy that will cushion us with the police station executive. We are proud of him.
So what? Enti amanfo nama omo campaigning with ideas nsema mu eduru top former na wiase esheke no na enkrofo bi so de nam say vote for Kennedy Agyapong because he has a flat stomach wabodam na atoshi upieto kakraka wafu kakraka oyare onimu nyansa maame Batanya unimu nyansa na okasam okam kwase akasa amanfo na medi nkomo de adwen kese kasa e find out solutions to the society, to the party itself. Na also the onam kwase akeka any Jimmy promises mon fairly contract me ba mo adwuma mon yesei me ba me bie nyuma wa mo wiye me say hey, more. Now, what dear, I'm in family semunsie. Bra champon kro benya vote to asramo. Bra champon benya vote to asramo. Eastern region hono. Any central region, a western region hono. Say enyamo dia biem. Because maybe Bra champon is talking sense more than you. And the ban is saying PSC council Brian can pay more than you guys. In the east, west, and central, hona, mo de abom boro, mo bewe, because in Kawuri and 2024, one lose your seat to an NDC Muslim man, and him was here, Yamakwaba. No wonder, say mo de a Fukesi and Fuketoa, and the Bayer campaign. No wonder, say Baba Kancha man for say CV a whom here. No wonder, say Baba Kancha man for say no beer or Tiamu, no any whole boss. Yes, sir, master. Eno, any bit MPP, Arenaba is nowhere. It is a lie. MPP, we are strong in our mind. Jekufo, Obeji to me a free road is in some. Me a job if I'm a Obeji to me a free road and say, no, yet soldier, my mo ni ba. I did two and a beji to me, you know. Jacob for the gentle giant, silently, intellectually, strong-minded, or the G2 free Rollins in some on the 7th January 2000. Emma Rollins, Etchen Hokotna Baby. Nanya John Mahama. Nanya John Mahama. And it to me G2 free in some. Sajo Mahama ya who can ask me. Sajo Mahama can ask me. 2016. Sabre no me yesi obedi president e wosanya hwetwa 8 years sa nanado ene sa papa wo kana sem Dr. BAWUMIA no omo ya adwuma chichire John Mahama nsagu na chi ma 7th January 2017 ono ankasa etwe ne ho kotena ase dan na obi a ya bo pan de obo edre yenim weakness nyina yenim weakness how we going to dismantle your basis. Enti bra, miya be ma, panini, delegate ya utie me. 31 January no yen kwoto abanko pobi okita muscles ne ha bo na batwe soso ye kwoto aba pedi obi a ne trim ne die wanimu no nimu nyansa we enemy message amede brem wonne on the campaign aspect yen twa ye ho na ye mra na ye mekasa emfa samijamfi ne ho asem aba ata menka ne ho asem so aba ebedi sa nkomo no ye di wi a na se de bibia aba na wi but ye ntwa ye ho mra na ye ntie ye wi apanyini sabio ochei mensa bonso ne nsem a ode beto abonte ntie mra sisia
de ye maka no se yi ninu ye bia ofrimu ya memfa ne kra nsie yi ne frɛ no Chematin agyapong oye MP
okay
ewo ayawaso
yeah
o kana simbi unne ka 7 say asem ni da wa also what they said the whole plane so in the parliament near the whole plane what you say
anyway
minia asem no ani da ho
okay
and benefo say sa asem aye kendi say yemfa ayi akofuna no yemfa nhye Dr. Bawumia ensem no mfa enkokon no mayoni animu say osahene mfa yenko ekon no kanya dia wo say ye ka ho asem kra ma no eye de benefo say nka wedie ka yentu agina ene yebua what you say because say maka susudua party nankasa susudua. So he should be a person in good standing. He should be a person of good character. Back national constitution so niema also ye titru ni say but machinchim economy no amana ye
yeah na mafo nya so mfaso and it's how they be create equal opportunities they why the experience the vision the competence the track record na ho fama the personal integrity the deep thinking na dwimu edo minia if I want them fura the message delegates ni say okay
bio ha ukotwa to bia wo I say we dey abe menko try be hwe bio also we dey too sure they wa
yeah
isremo say ne nim no but the first dey nim no awia no yen so kan ya nhene ni manajo papa we yi MVP for mama yen lusu no na ekire bia ko kase this is the best president that we never had. What you say?
Yeah.
Yen suru mo yin na baba. Dey fa ne kokon no na mse nyame wo yi. Ebe yi.
Okay.
E dey akoma pa ne adwempa. E di akire. Ye dey tekrema pa nso di akire bo no ho da bu yi a. Ebe di nkonim. Ni mse nyame aye awi.
All right.
Na de mani abra ye ni abre ni nyina no yese. Konim die no. Ebe ba no. Ne bia the margin of victory no be ko bia be 70%, 75-80%. Yes ah. Ebema enkabomu no enye den mayen
okay
the Mr. Bushiafo
all right
say ono an wakana sembi o say obi o ha na bebe ko no bebre zanete o say an bilen ka me be we de mini yasem ne we na odi ne campaign anim no ati na me say na me fi nachi be o mi wakana sembi o say minua so no obi wa asem ma
me de say me
ni asem enti emfa aba no afaso de body no emfa be bombe e say ma brabo Bushiafo say
okay
ye ni ne kurema no ye na nso no mu ni mpia no nko wakoma pam ni odomu
sure
na mse nyamne enam no so ebe sakra o meyi o kwan so nko so de tu minima no a ye nyina be hu de betimi aya magana ama MPP no kra no yo beye no ebe ma MPP amembo na beye so nko se afei MPP no beye akono se the MPP thereafter will become the party of choice
okay
ama afei bia because say hunu ni ntemu anka ye de ba ya ka omano ayi ya che
me da se for me ne o nyamfo o say chairman sabonso e na e bon komo a problem dia ba eta ura George Mrekuduka nyame nsunhau na bibia onso me da se pass o de I want to tell you that you were hadwe papa bokrum you hadwe papa
asida ye da message e do ma kire
okay
omo amunsi ma dwempi no mbi before amunsi ma dwempi no esre ne de ma wo ma se ne de ma wo mo se ne ye ma akofo to an so biu no
ye nyema Dr. Bawumia
ye ma akofo do to an so biu
ye nyema Dr. Bawumia
even within NDC we ye ma Mills we ye ma
John Mahama
omo ye bi ma Dr. Bawumia.
Because ya nyere sa ne kapa nipa fo ba. E de ne nipa ko no ko yi musuo kwa. Ya tu mu se enko yi ne ya ko yi mu. Ya twa no so a.
Ebeboa.
Na ebeboa ndi tumi na bre. Nyame hira obi a.
Asempa etia. Asempa etia. Aduru ebejo atedema baako. Panyini ekasa wi a na panyini dware wi a na ensuo asa. Enti de yewura chairman sabonso akan we delegate na wutie me a fatu team. Wonye delegate nso na wonni mo bi o ye delegate a. Send the message we come no for be and take the decisions on the 31st January 2026. Now, from a Fukasia any of Fuketua camp, no. Let's jump quickly into BIM. Newton. And then Senate reveals it is still searching for a strategic investor for 3 of its hotels. La Palma Royal Beach, Elmina Beach Resort, and Busian Beach Resort. We are struggling to break even. Abusian 4 adofo mimianom. Yenyina ye kai se ye sha ase se sabio ye pese ye nton senate for mo hotel bi be ma bia an kwa Elon Musk odimu e wo hotel ya jumam a wo good experience e wo hotel ya jumam a o sanso ye expose MPP ni a o sanso ye a Greek minister na ene or the MPP flag presidential candidate. You can say flag bearer aspirant. Your friend Brian Agyapong. MPP breso yes Senate for si omo ton omo hotel. And you say omo ton omo probi and na your collaboration. Say the be ya hotel no. The be afibi or the car. Omo ye adwuma this are buying edgy amount for tax they kwakutua adwuma for car. In the mindset of the MPP, I believe you say the private partnership with government, you know, the good way to go. Ebe beto abonten say omo po bi onim sa adwuma no ababeji hotel na manage no. Bra Agyapong kosomete na nkrata say okwa akoje hotel ne bi na onega na ban akomla akọ nhihye kwan bi so aye adwuma bo. Then okuja twabra kwa titikurikuri sinto alien mama sabe body di papa na opena chiro. The alien head eba bonten be can say the MPP is friends and family government. Ye ton Ghana Japade di amaye ho. Etino eni kwan say yema Bra Agyapong just Senate hotels na manage ni yie magana nyaso mfaso na mo yema hotel ne nsi wo se de atie na yenjiji Ghana fo eto na yemfa nkotua Senate adwumayefo ka anam se da bia meka se Ghana fo ahoyi ya eku yen pese me nkuminya eku yenti okuja tabra kwa nkontompo semproye sen kankan ebeka asase mwe no Ghana journalist bia ni ho nyanto boase e bit is Captain Smart kwajo jantoa akwana kan Japan ato no awoka ansefo omo hu se omo ye journalists their duty is to do research and come out with the right and the accurate information omo ntimi anko ehwehwemu hu se Senate hotels na ebo aban ne ka na se mo aban ka the omoka ye nyina ne se MPP aban na na do nko kufu ado edi animu epese onton Ghana Japade mfama ne namfufo ne nkrofo mo MPP. But remember say ye kan nkrofo mo ton Ghana Japade mo ho ye NDC for nko 150 different companies to themselves. Companies na ye nkroma ene kreti ye no NDC for na ton ema omo enti bra champon epese nka omfa ne sika nko invest na omma Senate companies ne nya sika every one hotels no NDC for si da bi omonte ase adentia NDC for person one momra aban mu na omo de omo ba beton hotel ne de ama omo ho ate ho trema na se hotel no achi akwan ayira kora omo kan ya magana for gitum se bra champon area Ghana japade for more than 2 months say hotel no said the tie no yinya ne sa bra champon ye kromfo yam pipi for ye kromfo we are bema bosome maako edu mo twene bra champon train ho no Senate hotels no NDC aban ebreso 7th November 2025 the NDC is now telling Ghanaians to say omo hwehwe abontresu nipa amano ene Ghana aban anase Senate akogina kro amaneji hotels maako miensa osistela no omunyanya obia so ba so ode ne sika e ba be share adwuma we say Mr. Dua me akwa papa say yanka say disabled person anase ba fine mo fa ncheme osi oye ni ene ne se beto ni se san ne to ena na ohuni no senkandi si ja nkwase propaganda ena bra champon edi ne sika koto ekoji partnership wey with the Senate ena nko sha ase manage hotel ya nke na me no kase nke yan this aban ne bedi so mfaso because taxes ya so omonje na obonfa nkotua Senate hotels workers kano ngometumi de sika no bi ahye big push ni kometumi de sika no bi akoto pad ama school for nkwara amayo a kometumi de sika no bi ayedan atua sabio school feeding programs no ngometumi de bi atodua na mankrofo adi nanso adwemmone entro eni nkontomponti no ade ananke ye maane ko so anka omo na enne omudi ho mfaso no enne agimifo no ba mu no e wo se omumom na omo hwehwe sika omo de bokotua adwumayefo omo sa hotel hono ka na wonim de ya saa asem we ya wo hoyi ene se mahamba mfira konwam na hotel we ada se wato amani nwia bi e wo fasie bi ana NDC cronies bi na omate omosa free ho because enkrofo no we are national records now what NDC hate ajimi for NDC for pay for the omuchiri and say a Ghanaian and a Ghana liba ebenya babi agina ewa abrabom na obede na ho kakra the omuchiri we are Ghana ni na obi a company now you successful NDC for befa kon befa so bia agu anim ase ase waduma but say we are foreigner dia corruption money obenyo dia free hunti no they prefer say foreigners ewo Ghana ebenya won ho e dia chen o manma na aban no anasa o man no e yankase ejapade ene ne ye ne enche bia obetena Syria ni bi ababeji the Senate hotels no e manage na Ghana ni ba bra champon oye experienced man in the sector obetumi manage ni ye amane mfaso obenya beka kuronum no agimifo wesi amfa nkoma Syria ni NDC for the da bia obo ho wasem nkrofo no mo agimi o cheso mo agimi odwene ho a wonte ase now asem we ya make bia na wonte mase tio we tie story we I mean kamom na tie me tie am kese mprefo mo agimi che kakra mo bedi nti gimi na dokro won kuja tabra ko especially we gimi sin ni po mo wi asin. Listen to this video.
Health professionals across Ghana's public health facilities have had to bear the drudgery of manually entering data of patients. From resorting to folders and exercise books, the shutdown of the Lightwave Health Information Management System is presenting dire consequences to the health sector. Aside from the long winding queues witnessed at the hospitals as patients seek medical care, a stark reality of medical data loss is threatening quality healthcare delivery. Dr. Elliot Cranton-Tano is a nephrologist at the Konfanoti Teaching Hospital. He highlights the challenges the situation is posing to his work.
And we have to virtually tell the patient that, listen, we are unable to assess, so those of you who have ever come, you may have to go. And those who remember your medications, then we may have to now write your own medications. Now the question is, I mean, for me as a nephrologist, whatever has happened to your kidney function, whether it's improving or getting worse, I will be able to tell if I'm able to see what your last lab result was. But now even if you present today and your creatinine is say 200, the question is, I cannot be hard on you because I don't know whether you have come from 300 to 200 or you have probably from 100 to 200, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So the difficulty is the fact that if you don't have the record, you will not even know what you are managing because you don't know the diagnosis. The diagnosis is not in our heads. This is on OPD basis. Let's come to admissions. It's even worse. On admission now, currently, we are writing in exercise books. In fact, when they brought the exercise book at first, I mean, some of us thought, okay, maybe it's just for a few days. And for some time, it's exercise books. Because technically, and everybody listening to this or watching this should bear in mind that it is your mother, it's your father, it's yourself and your data that is at risk. So there has to be a way that we will be able to get this data to be able to help the patient. Otherwise, our hands are going to now get new cards for these ones. How do we link the new cards to the GEMS card and be able to ensure there's continuity of care? While we have folders, and again, for me, it's disappointing that gone are the days when we were using folders. I think now the folders are becoming more reliable because now we're going back to the exercise book, which is like the folder, than when now we are using electronic medical records, which was supposed to be more reliable. That one day a company says, or maybe a government says, okay, now I don't want this old one again. And then, or a new one comes and says, okay, I also don't want GIMS because there was whatever I just like. Then what are we doing to ourselves as a country? And this medical record or data of our patients, it's sacrosanct. It's like so important. Without the data, we are useless. We cannot manage them.
The situation is also threatening data for medical research.
To make matters even worse, there are a lot of studies that are going on that requires this data. All right, so there are researches that are more of retrospective data where we can go onto the system and we know it is there, so we can at least follow up a patient for 5 years or 3 years or 2 years. Now where is the data? So a lot of grants or a lot of research that are relying on these data are going to suffer.
For the medical officers, they want an immediate restoration of the data system to better manage their patients.
Enti minim se wate de ekoso nyira yi ma me si usu biem akwa we ye oda hwa ise fe ne minta anka no akwa we ohuniti se hwini jimini we akwa we ba ye MPP aban install system wo hospital a enipa bia wako hospital mu bia no ye wo ohonsem ho a ya twere egu computer so a ye bo udin ye do Ghana card din ene ne number share mu a na treatment e wanya no hospital no nyina yi aba nti ba ne sa doctor ne ne mu nipa na ote ho no wapo mu dine ho nsem se de siti akasa nti se o sawo yade a e very easy to know how to start. Mintan cannot say that be on Tiasia that because sa contract no when you 15% into sa net there or copam sa company na free hospital system no. Na makofa fofura baba bi obenya ni 15% yadi. I tell you say these guys they are always against anyone. Odi ni nyansa ni name dia timi am build na ho. Mintan cannot kurasini mintan cannot kwanya obefa so obepam company we na wakofa ni one aba na wanya ni 50% ntire o shaase di ntro e di go company na owo ho na o manage sa na ma we di ntro se o monye Ghana fo o mu free India data no te eti Japan enkwase akeka me ba e be ka kire mo so ye ntro e na da ye komu a sande o ye ni nyina ne se ono wona damfo bi ono so say obetunya the same service. And first, Yamagana my mocha. Now, Juma company that Dana Yenino, Yam Montungu, Niankofa company from Mra, now Mra made and fix another system. Yet the best chance collected data from zero. And to the implications, a woman, Papier Kenyan said, Sabio, Yadiphobia, Yahed the best and film, you know, and answer and film and sign treatment, Yawakunina, Yabuano, Ewo, Abef, Fidi, 10 times no more. And now mental can and cannot, the 15% ya opentino. Sanya mani yirano, ya yirano. Because mental cannot say on tiasie emma yenye den. Yem fa right waiver and then a provided service the man Ghana hospitals are hold on. On tiasie may fa service in because ye contract no. Now in your Minister of Health. Until then ayare for Echo Hospital yenim 1 year ago how bad no munya ye and then ayare for Echo Hospital yenim na no ba ye adro ben ye de man because every bibia na de go abefo ntentan mfidie no so a mentan kan no say ye twam until the doctor for no say omo ahya ase a afei no omo etwe patient ayare for no ehun nsem egu book where they call school kosia adiem we are going forward ye koye nim no na enkrofo we se twe de sign de akono no and a doctor for no mo de omo nsa na etwe patient na omo ya de egu book exercise book abra na subject ye free folder akodru digital and this aban eya banya omunim one single knowledge in their brain the atu omunyina ene kro no kwa amfo so metumi abo man ne kro no de anya ohun say twem enti de mentan kan your health minister this service ya the Ghana health Ghana health ministry hono nkwasi asema mentan kan no edi ena ma cheche mo akire wi wa say amanfo omo historical treatment at hospitals. And yeah, no call. A man for the same computer, no, research the real no to the asaya dear hodo. Jimmy Weber and we trim 1 year doom or see we hear the beam. And the new man doctor for yen and feeble, dear young you should more who buy a faso, esaya dear below. A quo when Jimmy into a dear naira, yen yanny beam, a finish and quacosha see beam. What? Mahama is the whole. Now I just so is the whole. Is the whole for Mother Ghana. Yeah. JM is the whole. Mentankano is a fool. It's a fool to say the officer in the buy. Well, Jimmy. This is what the amount phone coin dear grow because of 15% of his contract. This is NDC for you. We are talking about serious issues here. A man for Pomodran Semna Yekao, Mutankano. Jimmy, Mahama is the whole. Mahama the new Philabia, but wouldn't be oil. And I'm so deep one, none in Crawford did some funtino. Here's why I'm a comedian. But the Ghana for Bishop, you know, could be more, no, you don't want to say a good man, or Yehu, or ye Darigani Kakaraka, or ye Trekish man. Now, once a man for, or Mude Tayera, or Muhudu or Muno, ready, dear Jimmy for being sent to hospital valley. Look at this.
I know where to be. We are all one. I know where
the kind of show the as an also I say the brand kind and then that bit to us and also most of your hospital and say hospital now most of the DBS side as I buy I'm calling in Tokwa I'm calling in Tokwa nipa won't call hospital be a yard for or be yard da ho onim de ha no ebi ompedidi ompesi untimi nya wadwene se wode antokwa hospital mo na no afomra ya ko se ya kwakwa peace ya ko no so ya den krata ya de ama se ya mfantale hospital ya ko so chia bibi ya chia ama ya tale bi efi form a ya de kosoro jedu so no mo si doctor peni no office na ne so ye wure ya tale awo ho ana mo si den na e be tale me so o mo hwa de na ya tale na o mo kan a obehu ade ya de ya tale ho ebe hu ana ba ko efi ni chi le gina ho no ana obe so paper na ya de ati ana so di scan ya de yeah because the penny na ho no o ma man transfer ama ma tina so ya minti do obe fi bolga no be ba kofodia na kofodia ni na ko o hoi nto mo tina si ya minti no do obe ko ba kofodia o bolga no ono ko hoi ama oni kofodia na transfer me ho hoi ma me 3 months na saba na maba kofodia na me bako hohoi e say 3 months na so na okobua na okotena hohoi no ofi bolga ko hohoi no o ba kofodia o so mpem ana mpem fo na aje say yon ban kwatale posters na ede esi o nti hu na ba ko beti ade na ene no kasakasa ni pa mpede de mpem fo no ana mo ka say yon kwatale ade na emfa ma no nka ye say emri na ede edu nti amba ne ntokwa ba security for no mo no mre ntokwa ede e ba because of the paper no ese oba na ese odi kasa bi e ba oh mini an modern na ba be ho but ono di before na ba no beti paper na say bi a oni o ma ya no ba ko no me de omo di abro hospital ho wa ko
media de ba akweka e mantere. I don't know the sense in what they are talking about. Wow, what you said the beautiful lines and to know what church more. And that is the NDC for you. Now, listen to this video more.
I also wrote to the gold board and they rightly and promptly responded to me. I just wanted to know the number of companies that have been licensed by the gold board since its inception. And it will amaze you to know that for the license of a sole aggregator, one company has been licensed, just one. Those in self-financing aggregator, that the self-finance aggregator, 21. Those who have been licensed, buyers license tier 1, 204. Buyer license tier 2, 420 companies. Gold board is not a year. So what due diligence process do they undertake to enable them license these number of companies? So when we talk about traceability and responsible mining and sourcing, you must also be interested in the number of licenses that the gold board has issued. How were they vetted? How are these companies who have been asked to or charged and have paid fees to the gold board? They are business entities. They need to go and make the money from their investment, especially having paid all the fees to the gold board. Gold board fees were not brought to my committee, subsidiary legislation, to look into, to approve under the Fees and Charges and Miscellaneous Act. So these are the number of companies that Gold Board has licensed. Tier 2, 420. An institution that came into being in April.
Yeah, so what? Samija mfiso bokro no amu eduru kakanaka pa at the back side of the light. Tie video no biem emu ade na pa. Tie video no me tie asema papa na kan wo tie. Tie ni.
I also wrote to the gold board and they rightly and promptly responded to me. I just wanted to know the number of companies that have been licensed by the gold board since its inception. And it will amaze you to know that for the license of a sole aggregator, One company has been licensed, just one. Those in self-financing aggregator, that the self-finance aggregator, 21. Those who have been licensed, buyers license tier 1, 204. Buyer license tier 2, 420 companies. Gold board is not a year. So what due diligence process do they undertake to enable them license these number of companies? So when we talk about traceability and responsible mining and sourcing, you must also be interested in the number of licenses that the gold board has issued. How were they vetted? How are these companies who have been asked to or charged and have paid fees to the gold board? They are business entities. They need to go and make the money from their investment, especially having paid all the fees to the gold board. Gold board fees were not brought to my committee, subsidiary legislation, to look into, to approve under the Fees and Charges and Miscellaneous Act. So these are the number of companies that Gold Board has licensed. Tier 2, 420. An institution that came into being in April.
Now let's get it deep. Now you phone license to now man for some friend. The echo nyina Sami Jamfi ama aggregator ba ko pa ono gold board and the man is kamani to gold. Apart from no Sami Jamfi ama certificate ya omo ya aggregators a omo nso no moto gold so a omo na ko hwe bias. Ono nso no omo na finance omo anka so moto busika na omo di adwuma. Mama lances 21. Ye can bias na eno so no wama sabio lances 204. And at the second tier so wama omo 400. Enti abanya oso pese on fight tigaram say na waka nipa dodo we nyina gum se omo nko toto gold mfamra no nua ba me bema ena nkrofo we eye wona adwuma fa kwan ben se no mo fa so yo mo adwuma na nkrofo na ye de lances na ba mo no mo ye hefo NDC fo ana ada regional constituency chairman for na de lances na mo ana so omonye garamse no mo fa gold no mra te say de mo koto ya ana. What is actually going on in Sami Jamfi? Now the Western is Sami Jamfi. He is a jail candidate. Ochina meye ho sajut me sa de no modjuma. And now the moposo wa. San Crofo 21 we are Sami Jamfi ama won sika. Ama wakwanya so mbeto gold. Na omodi omo anka so omboto mu sika na to gold no. Omo ye de nenye sika de koto gold no. Ehefa no mokoto gold no free. Omo ne hefo na ye adwuma. Omo ne China fo ne garam say yes na ye adwuma de enya gold de bra Sami Jamfi ana. Na enye bia bisa ho say unim the cost of lances and to be aggregator. Sika bebre. Enti woman nipa ni tua say sika na de ma wo wi a kwan ben so e na ono so befa so enye ne sika. This issue of Sami Jamfi, tomorrow I will take my time and I will open it one by one for everybody to understand what is going on at the Ghana Gold Board. Eye krono adwuma kese pa NDC for diaba. Can we say kese gold board enye hwio eye precious mineral precious PMC precious mineral commission aye hodada titibrem and an NDC for friendly gold board. And NDC for na de buy. But and I'm so more bon no moon to be invented here no. Omobana wa ya dia na ya sesa ni din na ya mani din fufuro na ya di to ho asafo hene ewo ema anim. Say yam phantom akoko nse ho mo omonante so. Me do besi a ma bia followers na to mutumi frɛ na wa kyerɛ wadwen. Me da munyina ase ene mobre mabo adwuma ne pa. Miria Kojo Abri Farm Chow, Miria Mr. Du Amichao. Sansona Samoro Kono Brapa in Michao. Mammy Afrin Poma, Michao Yepa. Sansona Miria Ivan Kama Michao, Nastiken Michao, Sapon Kofi Michao Yepa. And Miria Kofi Boate Michao and Su Yepa. Ima Medana Pia Michao, Kofi Frank Michao, Kofi Boate Michao. Miria, oh, yeah, who else? Mammy Vivian Kuma Michelle Yepa, Mammy Afro, me who maintain and catcher, papa. Me are Mr. Kebali, my own so much affairs, appear politicals on Michelle, Tommy Michelle, I do jam for Michelle, 30 funds in Michelle, Zakaria Fatawu Michelle, Emmanuel Samuel Michelle, Ahmed Goti Michelle, Ivan Jamfi, also Michelle Yepa. Being about Mammy a queer Afro, me who maintain and catcher, Waira. Mammy Grace Donko, Michelle, also Yepa. Mr. Wawa wonim no bia ka kire ne se ni nwa panyin no ehwehwe no ase ni nwa kuma nso me hwehwe no pa me te ne nka ache nti ma bi wo bia no o ma yente ne nka na we are worried yen frɛ ma me Esther na yentie. Hello mame wote me nka ne hello wote me nka o mi kura me dwene ho amenti ase o di nti a na okasa na yente ba so ye pa na wonso e atiefo nyina je so mame mame yeah Zam. Yes. Dabi.
na everyday bia omutie propaganda no kra na me masan so atena se hu se NDC fo no ehu o ma access Ghana fo no ehu se they can use them omu ni respect ba kokra de yeden e de ma Ghana fo so what dem pesa me che na se
metonka pa metiopa
nanka bra obi to say Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia wo ho the knowledge man ni bibia wodi bebe bia no nyansa wom na mutumi tia ho ekokofa John Dramani Mahama Base o mebu man wono de no woni I fall for propaganda. Dear Kennedy, the poor back can ye quon grassy a 2 months for trim. What to me? Hey, God, you are such an amazing and incredible creator. Because some shot will sound what Juma, it baffles my mind. Say, Nipanu boye jinaya de kro, but a binyan sano. It's hard to think about it.
Classify it.
Because say you said a man mutia. I say a binimono. Just what the battery, I send him and what someone na kwaya. Yeah, Juma. Obi wo wa ubekasa die ya na ndisi fo omakoto ndisi fo amnem na ndisi fo ejimi wo mu dabia na kanyesa na wohwe mu susuzo kwampo na bebro omako school no, that is how they are.
Yes, of course. Now oti aye when I was omo yes school for omoko many platforms se kodi nkomo na utie nsem omoka aya na reho, to be honest.
So what me who say the omako school no kra no ebi nso adwene tisa eti wotina se na wo de niema totom na os na bibia ye bokon de bibia ye bokon manimu na mutumi tena ho ma criminals way everything about NDC eye entro omusha ekete omutumi di ntro ni become suit ehye bohun tie ekotena office and feel comfortable about it. Naka Mr. Mafunya asam ni yenka nipa health utumi didi agro
Dabida
nipa health utumi didi agro tumi transfer kase ayi computers wo ho ne ayi wo ho ayi adwuma nyina you shut it down.
Yes.
Does it make sense?
Absolutely no.
Does it make sense? Na Ghana for to one mu hwe sa nyama and penny for opinion leaders. Akwoman watum. They make me laugh. Me class na me say Omano Efredie Nanado, the excellency of Nanado Akufuado mu what so no. Mo bon tokro bia mu bi. So what you say?
Yeah.
Mo bon Nanado tokro bia mu bon anyhow. So what is happening again? Again, John Dramani Mahama abayimu. Munina yasisha mafuna na munina every month be a sika biba makatemeboa. So if the country will set on fire and not the besibiano and penifon woman and for one so and the innocent Ghanaians I want no de oteho and innocent Ghana near oteho only the biane diane say what to a bad the politician be say o me runo o me dinner so uncle pen puntumbra then so still propaganda no which end this yama one you know mubua wubaka say omo da so opposition na wuni
abebere kwa said your mo Kenya and say I said your mo na afem pona omo begina so mo yento aba ma omo
so na media me delegate for yes say fear the young na anya wo ya ye da wo faye obanyansafo yebunebe na enya dai
yenka
na sem yesisi ebesi uso a ka ye hwewuma Canada Japan ane na akoyo yi omuye it's exactly said ya Mahama ni team omu play role edema edida Ghana fo bi mo it me person me appeal to osia ni to ahene say ma ye bi da mo repeat before mo ye ma ye papa before mo ye ma ye papa na nado tani ye papa say chairman sabo so kan this is not different Now I promise you, because me, makuma chere my dear, a chere me say the papa. So I follow that trend. I mean, Janto, dear Pamochow, Mamu follow for any victim of Canada Japan Adadano. But maybe what Gideon or Dr. Alad Mahmoud Bawumia, the excellency of Dr. Alad Mahmoud Bawumia said, so about power, you guys will never left behind.
Absolutely not.
Yes, say. And for so, second chance, Mama MPP for second chance, Ghana for, and you will see a need to a Mama and penny for the second chance. Na Mama Yesha, what diaspora, ya back one mum. Munko to a bano and Fama Papa way. And I promise you, say, on that damu da. Or the mobile quite new no bed dinner because the second time a person me busa say me busa Ghana for say any Ghana for politicians in say what are they afraid about Bawumia? A who ben a bo woman tia omo person papa no be the president. Makwalu so many names. Bawolaya Bawumia ba ye want to me anye ama dollar and kofo. Bawumia ba want to me anye say dollar enye Ghana for sika. Muna mo pe ena ma embrace dollar. Na se ma embrace dollar na mo nim moduane edi. Na ma galamsey ene niema adadamu. Ama masa mapulu tu mu niema nyina e wo ma ne mu na muntumi no ayi ya papa ayi ya kan sempo my crowd sempo eba ya o ka se opeso stop ma enuane a ye de free amanone eba no okuja to ni ti wo ma anto anu
mu botugu yeah
mu botugu ye se sia de aye west menya sure se si akwa ayi omu to galam say yetumi dua mo wo Ghana bi because say e form ni e be dua mo no e mo no so na asase ni ya na omu di to galam say na meboa
eno so na omu ye na e mo Ghana mo kura unti say rice farmers omo aka nwurem
wa hwe
omo aka nwurem
so eti Ghana for ade a wosam ye ne say sabutumi hia mu nua ni didia basasi ade galamse mahama adawruma ani ni nua Ibrahim adawruma na sami jamfi nko esia no I'm even afraid of munua ni amobede mu bedie yes sramo mama moni na ho sa aboa wo mahama eba first no obese bibia en wasaba so obi tro book no to me catch us onu antme ndwene ne ho a ndwene ma na ho a sa nipa no wo nyansa wo se ka wudu kokroboti ekoto aba ma no
dabida
wo ye nurse ni nurse for kra ni teacher for kra na mo ye memobo the most evil people in Ghana nurses and teacher for
ala wana dia ya jio nso ye nto
ai teacher for and to me dada e mabunu no sama mo nkoto aba mfanya den e fama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ana ma mo nkoto aba e ma MPP for ampa so o ma nkoto ene wo ye teacher ni wo ye nurse wujina bia wo hene headboard ena mahama egu no na onipa wotena ho anopa bia wo patient anopa bia blood sample e wo so ye ko ne yetumi detect scan x-ray ye name all the year and sana yetumi diagnose ahu ya de kura e wo na president ashoto data ni bibia down a wo beden what ade e wo Mr. Mafu
Untumi kura.
Na mutu omani mu. Na mu share Jimmy Floway. Ah, omo di mu susu omo mu mai. Omo sa susu press omo besa babie. Di omo ye nyina nya omani wo. Mr. Mafo. Di omo ye nyina no enye omani wo.
Dabi. Onu 15% na opaji edi ewu.
Tam na helicopter kum nipa 8 no. Makuma na ete. Ewa ha. Let me feel say that would be a lesson of NDC. Say, I feel say omubatu to omu niema ye no ma ye niema bi but bra. Sa dear we see ya NDC fuen to me answer sano. And I mean who say yes. These people they full of evil. They are the most toxic human people are omugo omanimu.
From
No be Obi omutumi sacrifice omuma there. What can a dear never to me push you on? Huh? A dear and a bit to me push his uncle forward. It's a Ghana for me, yes, sure say. More man kwa tuaba munina mu ye MPP for. Mona omano esimu so. And osia hine etua hine. Yedi nyankopon din epamu show. We are pleading on your behalf, say. Papa mkwani ye pemamu. Papa, mutie sa ni we ya yebe tuaba no. Mikasa wo show baby na mikasa. Muntua Bansama Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Bawumia na ombra emeso emeyisa enyama wenyina ye kotru wo Ghana ha omeyi mfiri ho mayen muntua ba no so ema won dika kese na hunte ni pa ena we wo se no ni nyina tuntwa ni amfa ne mra power na minim say oba yen nyina no yen kase ya wo beto ye de but at least the burden no ebi be free so because ono no metopo ayi ye friend say health anymon ayi adefun ye omo ye yo abra obi awu se onipa wo yale na wo to tema e wo so tutu amika e ko hospital e seeking for help na sa enya we ni mponchi we hwe ni omo ye wo ho a wujina bia wo hene wono na ho dodo na no afa plane kwa abrochiro
fast
ni refizu so ayi onipa na ye ni dia na ma ni ye ya obesa no ho ya de onu waja ni die go na boni anu wodie na ho dodo na no afa plane wo tu america abai diaspora na ene Europe country bia ebe pen ebe sa no ho ya de na wa wo do taxpayer etua ne ka no wo bojo no mako no utako no usra ko no kapra na wo dikika bomu no edi tua wo mo ka no no mo dia fa plane huite first class any premier any ye can say platinum no ma ba be sisia no mo so mo ya de na wo de wo to onua me say you suwa wo kokromote no na say ye let Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as a flag bearer na that bi wo kotoa ba fa wa wo kokromote no e fa papa ne bra na wo to so na wo busa say e die ntina omusuro no mo pesa papa ne beba ene mi di timu so amana ba ni ye nyina de ko omusuro no ye nyina ye experience because wo munim say papa no onye corrupt onye kronfo na dwene ne da ne tiesi ni kon no so no abobe enye bi mu de na si o mu kon so na hwi ni mu no da bi ne de no abobe eni tu no mu suro no mu nim say excuse me oye adwuma odinu krodie oye bibia as a straightforward. That is why they are afraid of him. So see so what more mutisria and now politicians won't be me say komu dimrika de ntoma bese from power come no e wo parliament and our work come no as a president. It's Ghana for munyusu madwene e da mutri munyansa na e da mutri munyusu ede nyame jamo minim se mobeye ade papa ama mo ankasa no that monya so mfa so nyame nhira mu nyina mesamafo nyame nhira ya tia madam ma me why mfa cho
mecha na ma oyi pa
yo baba
nyame nka ho ye ma me
Esther
ena ye te ne nka no o si delegates mokona mokoto ba monto aba eso ebe ye mfa so e de amamo Abankwa Grace I say I'm watching you from Italy. It is possible. Inshallah, it is possible. Abusiamfo, baby ayedru yi. Me rest obi be fra, but I think say no one is calling. No one is calling. Enti am say me de mo besi ha na o kire Nyankopon eboa na yenya hodra yenyina ya siamba be hia biem. Abusia medin ene Mr. Mafo ha Ras Media GH. Me gusuara me ka wo say your Ras Media GH on YouTube and I will Ras Media on Facebook. Na me enu nyina no ba bi obetumi subscribe bia no. You are warmly welcome. Edamu nyina se na mo bre. Me de mo besi ha when like video na me so say like mame. When you share so me so say share. I like so na hu hia me pa. Ya ye video we doso. Ye nyina ye tumi like ya. Betumi ama video na akɔnanim. Ensɛm na ye kan ha no. Sɛ mo amoa yɛn ama yɛ anhyɛ a nkɔba bia. But mo boa na mo hyɛ na mo pushia. Ɛne na ɛma nsɛm na ye kan no etumi kɔnanim. Ɛma no bɛyɛ sɛbio issues of the day a ɛma nipa edi nkɔmɔ. Ɛfa yɛn nsɛm a ye kan ho na ɛma nsɛm no ɛkɔnanim na ɛkɔ akyirikyirikyiri. Ti mɛsɛ wa sɛ won like ya na wa like. Won hyɛ ya na wa hyɛ. Won subscribe won so na wa subscribe. No bɛka abusuankuo no ho. Midin ene Mr. Mafo. Me don't be here. Near sign a share. Until we meet again. Adios.